probably is a little bit. We're just using some software right now, Streamlabs. So this may look weird. I apologize, but this is how it's gotta be, okay? Okay. Anyways, it's been a hot minute since I've recorded an actual video for you guys. So, hello! Also, sponsorship, if you guys haven't checked them out already. This is the Coldest Water. They're an awesome company. They make water bottles, all sorts of other things. So if you guys are interested, please check the description down below. You get yourself 10% off when you use my discount code, which is NCRAFTER, all capitalized. All that will be in the description down below for you if you're interested. These things are amazing, and I cannot stress this enough. This thing I take everywhere. Unless I'm washing it, then I cry because then I have to use my Hydro Flask. So the Coldest Water, if you want to send me another one of these, like, so I can, you know, transfer the two so I don't have to use that stupid Hydro Flask anymore. By the way, that Hydro Flask, I dented some more, so that's fun. It sucks. It's a sucky quality. I've dropped this many times, never dented it once. So these things are amazing. They're, like, crazy awesome. I love it. Anyways, yes, so we need to... Hold on. We need to go ahead and get into this video. So today we are doing a reaction video to basic training in the Air Force, what it is supposedly today. Definitely, there's some things I didn't do that they do in this video that's like crazy to me. I feel like I missed out a lot on my experience with basic training because of COVID and other factors, which I will definitely let you guys know when we get through the video. But yeah, so I thought, let's do a reaction video so you guys can see what I went through for some of the stuff and what I should have gone through, so we could both kind of like react to this. So yeah, let's get into it. This is the beginning of the video, by the way, so bear with me. It's only 15 minutes long, but you know, we'll be back.
This is Air Force Bootcamp.
Okay, so sorry, I gotta stop it when I have something to say about this. So, they're in the chow hall, you could tell, because the lady behind them is in her apron and pushing trashes around. And I'm assuming they're at the snake pit right now. You'll find out what that all is, probably through the video. Let's see. I've only seen bits and pieces because I saw someone else kind of like react to it. And I was like, ooh, I gotta react to it, but I gotta like skip through it. But anyways, yeah, so they're at chow, I think.
Yeah. Before they join the United States Air Force or Space Force, all trainees must graduate from the Air Force's 7.5-week basic military training program, known as BMT.
Our mission is to motivate, train, and inspire the next generation of airmen to deliver 21st century air power.
Training happens here at Lackland Air Force Base, located just
Lackland.
10 miles outside of downtown San Antonio, Texas. On a sweltering week in August, insiders spent 4 days observing different squadrons at various stages of training.
Whenever I said I was going Air Force, everybody was like, oh, the Chair Force, like basic's gonna be nothing. And I was sitting there thinking, man, I should have went another route. This is gonna be way too easy.
I get told so many times, like when people ask me, oh, you're in the military, what branch you join? Army? Because we're a big town for Army, because we have like a little Army place that fix like cars and trucks and stuff. And I always tell them, no, I'm actually Air Force. And they're like, Chair Force. I'm like, hey now, stop. We do a lot too, okay? Sorry.
You're wearing your failure all over your face!
And I could not have been more wrong.
The white buses! Woo! Okay, so I tried to make a video earlier about the white buses. This is the white bus. This is newer white bus. We got on the old white buses. The ones that don't look this new. They're like the old school bus style. Not the new school bus style, the old bus. Very crazy when like military buses are all white like this. I don't know why, but yeah, so if you see a white bus like this, it's usually military members. But yeah, just a heads up, they use these for all bases pretty much.
On day 1, new trainees arrive on a
Ew,
bus from the
rainbow
San
flight.
Antonio airport.
Some of these kids come here never having left home, no
got
job
scared.
experience. But not long after they leave here, they're going to be given a job and a task and expected to perform that task with no supervision.
There, hug your bags, nothing falls out.
Okay, so if any of you are interested in joining the Air Force, please do me a big favor. Right now, these guys just got to the base, okay? So, you're gonna get at the base, they tell you to get off the bus, they're asking you to go in a single file line, everyone's super nice, even the drill sergeants. You're like, wait a minute, this can't be that easy, like, no way, no one's yelling at you, but they're telling you to hurry up, to be quick, But when you get these backpacks, and they fill it up like this, so you're, like, overflowing with stuff. So when they do this, make sure you're not, you actually hold, like, your stuff and don't unzip your zippers like he has on there. Don't zip it all the way down, because if you do that, all that stuff that you have in there is going to explode out, and it's going to go all over the floor. So just be careful with that. That's what happened to me almost, and it was terrifying. Someone behind me, it happened to them, and that's when chaos started for them. So just make sure you keep your zippers halfway down. Like, listen to instructions. That's literally all you gotta do. They'll tell you. But yeah, I don't know. I just thought I'd say something like that.
That's all this comes.
About 35,000 trainees graduate from BMT each year.
The average age of a basic trainee here at BMT is 20.6 years old. What that means is they don't remember a time when our nation wasn't at war, but they raised their hand anyway, and they said they want to serve.
All trainees are sorted into smaller groups known as flights. Although training squadrons are composed of both
flight.
male and female trainees, the flights are divided by gender. During 0 week, male trainees receive haircuts. Female trainees must wear their hair in a bun, a ponytail, or up to 2.
Hold on. That's so crazy to me. Sorry. Ponytails? I forget. I know that's a thing. They changed that in the AFI, obviously. I would know. I put my hair up in a ponytail now in uniform, but I thought with basic training they would have kept just the bun style or short hair. I guess not, but that's crazy. They'll have to wear, like, ponytails in basic. That's going to make girls be better in the morning, okay? So at basic training, we get up at 5:45 every day, okay? 5:45, right on the dot. But you have some flight mates that are in your dorm that are going to be like, hey, I'm going to get up at 5 because they got to do their stupid hair. And they're so loud because they're opening their wall lockers, which are all metal. So you're going to hear and slam and bang, and you're going to hear it all. And then they go into the bathroom. They're all chatty Cathy in there, waking the rest of us up that don't have to get up that early to do hair. And yeah, so this is going to be good for a lot of people. I hope people, like, trainees are going to be able to get their sleep, because Lord knows we didn't with the females that had to do buns. It was terrible.
Braids.
Right away, the Air Force wants to get a little muscle on those pretty arms.
Females were first allowed to join the Air Force in limited roles in 1948. And in 1976, began being accepted on an equal basis with males.
PT.
Today,
Every morning.
20% of the Air Force's active duty service members are female, along with about 25% of all trainees at BMT. Trainees learn how to line up and march in formation from their military training instructor, or MTI, which for some can be easier.
Okay. Guide on Bear, what are you doing? Oof. He is so lost. Oh no. Hopefully he gets it down, because if he doesn't during graduation practice, they're gonna scream at him, and it's going to be a bad day for that flight. Just saying. Oh, I'm sure he's new. Obviously they're in PT gear, so that's probably their second week, so I'm sure he's still learning, but still, like...
Said than done.
There you go, leave it all on the track.
Mornings at BMT begin at 0600 with physical training.
Sir, of
Come on, man,
course.
keep going. right, you're done.
All trainees must pass a physical fitness test during the 5th week of their training, which consists of 1 minute each of push-ups and sit-ups,
Nice
as
form.
well as a timed 1.5-mile run.
Good job, keep going, gentlemen.
They kind of flip a switch during PT from MTI to personal trainer.
Good job, good run.
Like they come in and they really encourage you. If you're struggling, they'll tell you like, hurry up, let's get this done, and they'll do it.
He's true. That's very true about that. So what happens is a lot of people think, well, during PT they're gonna yell and scream at you. Yes and no, depends. So like when you're running, when you do your run days, they're usually telling you to not quit running. So if you're walking, they're gonna start either chasing you and start yelling at you, or 2, they're gonna just say, somebody's not gonna make it, let's go, or like they'll just start yelling at you. But most of the time they'll try to encourage you at first. They'll be like, hey, keep going, you got this, don't stop, just keep going, you're doing awesome. Like they're very encouraging. They're not always mean, but once they realize you just don't give a crap and you're not trying, that's when they start like getting on you and chasing you. I'm not joking, they chase you. They'll start running with you, they'll start right behind you, be like, oh, the terrorists aren't gonna stop running after you, you better keep going. Like I've had that happen a few times, because like you're running for like 30 to 40 minutes non-stop. You're running, like they want you to continuously run, and it's a lot. It's not easy. It's not easy, but they are good coaches, and just keep that in mind. They're really good coaches.
With you.
There you go, burn through this last lap. There you go.
After morning PT, it's time for breakfast, known as chow. But meals aren't a time for relaxation.
Sir, flight 727, dormitory Alpha 1 is prepared to enter the dining facility from the west side.
It's the
Proceed.
responsibility of the
Yes, sir. Thank you,
chow
sir.
runner to announce their flight's arrival to the dining facility.
Storm Bravo 6 is prepared to enter the dive facility from the east side.
Bring them in.
Bring them in and seat them. Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
You gotta do.
So yeah, this is something you will deal with. Oh, hold on. I'm trying to. Nah. Is this? No. Okay. I'm trying to figure out if this is the Bulldog facility. It's not. We're good. But I was like, hey, this is my old chow hall. This picture is perfect, though. It shows, like, what chow it looks like. This is actually really calm. Obviously, they're probably in their 5th week, 6th week, because they got their uniforms. This is more when everything starts chilling down, because everyone's most of the time listening and understanding what's happening. So you see everybody's looking down, eating their meals, not talking, they're just eating. And that is chow for you. You hurry. You literally have maybe 7 minutes to eat all your food. 7 minutes from the time you sit down, you eat. But technically, you're supposed to have at least 10 minutes to 15 minutes to eat. But, I mean, you have over 800 people coming through that chow hall trying to eat. So they got to hurry people up, you know? It takes like 2 hours for that. Anyways, but yeah, these 2 guys that are in front of they call it the snake pit. This is where well, I guess you'll probably learn that in this video. Maybe, I don't know. But yeah, so these drill sergeants, you have to, you have to tell them, hey, we're coming in, sir or ma'am. And, you do it in a formal way. But I never had to do this, because I almost did, because my whole flight was trying to get me to do it. It was the only job I've never done. And I told them, F that. I was like, I'm not doing it. No, you cannot make me do this. And they're like, oh, you're going to do it anyways. I'm like, I'm not doing it. It's scary. It's honestly the most stressful one I could think of, like, as a job in basic training. Don't do chow runner. Chow runner sucks. If you get placed on chow runner, good luck. I mean, it's good to learn. If you're able to be confident enough, but if you're not very confident like me, nope. Anyways.
Do the right amount of steps, the right drill movements. You gotta say the right words, or you're gonna get screamed at.
What are you doing? What is happening right here?
Chow runners who don't follow procedures correctly may face the wrath of the snake pit, the area where MTIs sit during meals.
You stepped out in traffic and almost got ran over. Because it was not your turn. There's no explanation for it. Back up.
Really, it's an important job because you represent your flight. They put people in there who got confidence issues,
Ooh, he got his 341 pulled. See that little plastic baggie he's holding? That's a 341 pouch. You put your 341s in there. In important orders, if you are a reservist or National Guard, you have to have orders on you at all times, and you put some of your orders in there. At least like one set. If you're active duty, you don't have to worry about orders because you technically don't have orders until a couple days before you graduate from basic. Anyways, yeah, so this guy, he got a 341 pulled, which is a disciplinary action form or something like that. I can't remember what it is. Anyways, it's something like that. They call it 341s. You get it pulled, you're in trouble pretty much. You get 3 pulled, I forget what happens. Something happens. Anyways, it's just bad. You're not supposed to get a 341 pulled. I got mine pulled like twice. Almost everybody gets a 341 pulled usually, at least once, but it's not a big deal. It really isn't. They tell you it goes on your record. It does not go on your record. Just a heads up. It's all a mind game. It's all a game. This place is a game. They're trying to get in your head. They're trying to make you feel stressed out. It's most of it's not real. I'm not saying don't get a million of them because you don't want a million of them pulled. Okay, just don't do it.
So you're forgetting to do so is what got you. Stop talking when I'm talking.
You got to really be stable to
Yes, sir.
be able to remember everything and then be in that fire and perform well. After doing it a few times, it get easier.
Attention to detail is a critical aspect of BMT, and it starts in the dormitory.
The dormitories. Woo! We like these. They got the new crap, though. I'm assuming this place that we're looking at is not Alcatraz. This must be Disneyland. You'll find out what Disneyland and Alcatraz is if you are going to be going here. So, Disneyland is the new dorms that they built not too long ago, and Alcatraz, did I say Disneyland is the new dorms. Alcatraz is the old dorms that are been there since World War II. So, like, I stayed in Alcatraz. Although, I did enjoy my stay there. Because even though it was all old stuff, it was awesome to be able to experience it, I don't know. I found it, I liked it.
Trainees are expected to keep their living areas and uniforms in pristine
You do this every
condition,
day.
and
Every
both are inspected regularly by their MTIs.
There's a plethora of things that they have to make sure are perfect down to the T, and if they aren't, we're going to let them know that this does not meet the standard. They're going to be expected to correct it.
During 0 week, each trainee is assigned a rifle, which they learn to care for.
My heels are pretty much trying to touch the ground, and I'm facing downrange.
35% of BMT is classroom instruction.
Right now, what you're going to do is go to the high kneeling position.
Trainees learn the basics of how to hold their rifles in a variety of different shooting positions.
Because we're an expeditionary force, and airmen can find themselves in any location around the world really at a moment's notice. So we have to maintain our qualifications and our service weapon.
Lean into the gun.
Nowhere is attention to detail more apparent than in drill practice.
Ugh. Hated drill.
Drill is a lot of precision and discipline incorporated into certain movements in a formation. I will say during the first couple weeks of training, they are drinking from a fire hose. The drill is much more difficult for them because they are having an overload of information being given to them.
Left foot, left, right, left.
Typically after the second or third week of training is when it all starts to make a little bit of sense, and around that time is when it looks a lot better.
Unless you're my flight. I love you, 838, but man, we sucked at drill. To be fair, our MTI, we only had one MTI for the span of like 2 weeks, which is the 2 weeks that they do a lot of drill training with you. So we only had one instead of 2, which was like, yeah, it was hard for us. But yeah, we sucked at drill for the whole time we were at basic. Like, we were pretty bad. But, it's all right. It, like I said, doesn't really matter. As long as you get the idea and the basics, that's what matters. And I just realized something. In this video, there is a guy right here. He has Space Force tag on him. That's so strange to me. We had a couple Space Force people in our flight, but it just had the U.S. Air Force name tapes and everything. So it's just weird that they actually allow that. It just sticks out so much. You could tell because it's like blue. That just caught my eye. I don't know. I'm a weirdo. Don't yell at me.
Training culminates in week 6 with an event known as Beast
Week,
which stands for Basic Expeditionary Airman Skills Training.
Beast puts them through all the things that they have learned in 5.5, 6 weeks, and we rehearsed it, if you will.
Good old
Beast
Beast.
Week, trainees live in a simulated combat environment and are tested on various field training exercises and scenarios.
I want their backs to hurt, and I want their feet to hurt after that 5 days of training out in the field, because they need to ingrain to them right now the character. What does it take to be our agile?
So our Beast Week was kind of ruined a little bit due to COVID. So we only had 2 days out in Beast, which honestly, I'm glad, to be honest with you, because it was rough. It was a rough couple days. I don't know if it's because they shoved so much information in those 2 days and so much stuff that we had to do that it was just terrible. For one, we didn't even get to do these mock gear or gas gear, because in chemical warfare gear, look at me, I don't even know what it is apparently. Mock gear. So I didn't even mop gear. Jeez, I need help. Anyways, we didn't get to do this because of COVID. You know, you got to put on masks. Usually they would use the same mask for same trainees. I mean, you kind of wash them, but they weren't actually wash, you know? So we didn't have to get to actually use this before. So that kind of sucks. I really wish we could have gone through the gas chamber and all that. We didn't even get to go through the gas chamber. Didn't even get to touch this stuff. Sucked, but, you know, COVID.
Airman and our agile guardian in the United States Air Force.
During combat arms training and maintenance, trainees learn how to handle and fire an M4 carbine.
Forward. Load.
Trainees first learn how to safely load and fire their weapons in the classroom before heading out to the firing range.
The line is ready. Fire!
Where they'll fire their weapons from several different positions.
This was a fun day. First day at Beast Week,
Trainees fire a total of 76 rounds and must hit their target on at least 12 of them. Trainees who score 22 or higher qualify as expert.
The reload is out with the old. In with the new. Slap the ping pong paddle, that bow on the side of your gun, and shoot.
If they lose fundamentals, they get frustrated. They tend not to qualify.
You guys ready? Yes, sir. All right, let's do it again. Let's go.
But if you keep them motivated, that part will ensure that they either...
Why is their freaking instructor so nice? Ours was like so mean. Like, I don't know if he was just like so stressed about the whole situation of having to like keep a track of 12 trainees. I don't know, but he was not the nicest guy. He made me stress out. I think I scored a 19, and I was really mad because I really wanted the marksman ribbon for whatever reason. Yeah, so I was mad about that. I felt very pressured, and I didn't feel very comfortable. But that's the thing about basic. You're not supposed to be comfortable and relaxed. But yeah, my friggin' instructor wasn't like this. They weren't nice like this. What the heck?
Qualify or get that expert.
There's a sense of accomplishment that when an airman leaves here, that they're confident in holding and operating a weapon. Some people come here, they've never touched any weapon of any kind in their life, so that confidence is important.